Alexander said that title should have been mine. And now he is sights once again set on that BST championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the rest of Elevate 4, and we have Monarchs action here as La Chica de Hola Hola, Nahir Robles, makes her BST return against a woman who, when I was talking to her in the back, talk about a redemption tour for Nahir's opponent, the Notorious Mimi. She is still on a high after being a part of the most recent WWE tryout. And for those of you who remember, Notorious Mimi was there on the biggest stage of them all at one time. She was signed to NXT. Unfortunately, was released from her NXT contract and has said her mission has been about finding her way back to where she feels she belongs. And she said that WWE tryout was the moment that meant the most to her. It showed her that she's been doing the right thing, and everything she will do until she gets that call once again will be to continue to prove why she belongs in Florida at the Performance Center. And tonight, here at BST, looks to continue that road back to prominence against Nahir Robles.
And that's the thing, you know, is she looking at Nahir Robles as a stepping stone? And is Nahir Robles looking to play the spoiler here and ruin, or at least temporarily derail, Mimi's hopes of making that comeback that you spoke about?
Both women hold 3 championships in other companies. Nahir Robles, the current ACW Fire Women's Champion, the SMW Tag Team Champion, and the WBW Women's Champion. In fact, that title she has held for over 660 days. But the Notorious Mimi, no slouch herself, the current bell-to-bell Diamonds Champion, the Remarkable Women's Champion, and the BCW Women's Champion. Nahir, the last time she was here in BST, picked up a tag team victory, and since then has gone on to notch victories against former WWE superstar James Ellsworth, Priscilla Kelly, Mother Endless, who we've seen here in BST herself. So Nahir a head of steam behind her, but as we spoke about in the entrances, so is Notorious Mimi. She finally got a chance to once again try to regain the spot that she feels like she lost grip on.
And you better believe, you know, matches like these are closely watched by scouts. They're closely watched by the other companies. And so the last thing that Mimi wants is a loss at this point in time because, you know, like you said, she was cut once before. So in order to make that return that she's hoping for, she has to prove it to them. She has to show them something. And losing here would not do that.
Correct. Mimi now assault on Nahir Robles. Nahir, who missed that spear, got hung up on the middle rope. Cover now by the Notorious one. She calls herself Wrestling's Angel, but let me tell you something, Brian. Notorious Mimi has one heck of a mean streak.
Yeah, I always kind of took that to be a little bit of an ironic title.
Robles now raking the eye. Freedom. Backstabber by Robles. Cover by Nahir. 2 count only. And what a 2 years it has been for Nahir Robles, making a name for herself, coming off the island of Puerto Rico, financing trips to the mainland United States, getting in a car and going to any company she can, getting any booking she can, any match she can, building up her resume, and has really exploded on the scene in the past 2 years by literally old school, what we would call territory type grit, just making the towns.
Making
Brian.
the towns, yeah. And that's why we can't just put all the focus on Mimi's redemption here, because as we know, all these folks in the back here, anyone who stepped through those ropes is looking to ascend in this business, is looking to get noticed. And so this is another journey for Nahir Robles as well. Here we go.
Cover here. Counter up the suplex is there. Covered by Mimi, but only a 2 count. Continue, Brian.
No, I was just saying, you know, this is a situation where Robles is also looking to make a name for herself. We can't forget that. And to get a win, think about it, to get a win over someone who was in NXT signee is a feather in her cap to add to the people you mentioned already.
Cover
Here we
by
go.
Robles here. 2 count again as Mimi kicks out. And you got to think of the companies at Bell to Bell, Remarkable, and BCW. Nahir Robles getting a win over their champion, even though it is here at BST and not under their roof, would probably give the members of the championship committees of those companies reason to say, hey, maybe we have to take a look at Nahir Robles. Covered by Robles after the hip attack in the corner. 2 count only, and what a vicious neck whip that was on that hip attack from Notorious by Robles onto Mimi.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention among those people that we talked about her defeating, Priscilla Kelly, of course, previously known as Gigi Dolan in NXT. So that's another former NXT person that Robles can say she defeated.
Very true. And a little bit of a taste of her own medicine there, Mimi to Robles. Vicious roundhouse kick by the Notorious One, now getting her up. Oh, reversal by Robles and the cover. Nice. 2 count, kick out by Mimi.
Very nice. She doesn't get it, but impressive nonetheless.
And well, if you pay attention on Monday nights, you've definitely seen this maneuver before. Cover by Robles, 2 count only.
One of wrestling's hottest maneuvers these days.
This is true. Nahir Robles' variation of the Devil's Kiss. Somewhere Booker T is having himself a good time right now.
And, I wouldn't live up to my reputation if I did not point out that Gorgeous George was doing that move in the 50s. So it's got a great pedigree to it.
This is very true. And now, Mimi trying to power Robles up, but Robles fighting out. Robles off the ropes here. Mimi, using momentum to her advantage, gets Robles up. Big slam there by Mimi. Essentially, usually when you see a Samoan drop like that, it's that pause moment, right? They get them up, they pause, full straight back, and then the big electric chair drop in the horizontal position. Mimi couldn't hold Robles up for so long, kind of just fell back with her.
Yes, and it looked like she got, Robles got one of her legs kind of out of position to break the fall a little bit. So maybe not quite the full impact that Mimi was looking for, but she's in control here, nevertheless.
Now going to the opposite corner here. Big kick to the face of Robles. And another one. Talk about her own definition of coast to coast, Brian.
Indeed. Up to the top she goes.
And angels can fly, we know this. Crossbody by Notorious Mimi, 2 count only. Both of these women trying to raise their stock here in the BST Monarchs division, a division now run by Becca after months and months, almost 2 years of it being run by Vita Von Star. Cover by Robles, reversal, and another one. Robles again, Mimi again. Dueling covers there and reversals by Mimi and Robles. Big spin kick and a miss.
Have a seat, Notorious Mimi.
Cover by Robles. 2 count once again. And again, you got to think Becca in the back, who will be in action later on tonight, defending her Monarchs Championship against the debuting Shannon Lavange. Watching to see who her possible future challengers could be if she retains that championship tonight.
Sure, she wouldn't be an effective champion if she wasn't doing that.
619 by Notorious Mimi now.
I guess we could call it a 203 here.
This is true. Beautiful maneuver there, covered by the Notorious One, and a picking up the victory.